Hello everyone, this is a quick video to show you how to use WireShark to test for network problems if you're using an Ethernet CNC attachment, such as the PO keys or even an ESS, I suspect. WireShark is a free program. You can search for it. It's a network analyzer. Download it and start it and you'd be faced with the screen in front of us. And here we would just pick local area connection and then we can go up and say start capture. Now this is what you would do once you have, in this case, Augie running. And I'm looking for network problems in Augie that might be causing me trouble. In this case, I'm probably not going to find any, as I've already stripped problems out of my network. But network problems can be seen on the diagnostics window if you look at time anomalies. This means that something took more than 100 milliseconds. And taking more than 100 milliseconds between packets will cause very rough motion and lost steps in a stepper system. So you want to try to keep that down. So if you have time anomalies jumping, or if you have rough movement without time anomalies jumping, you want to run this test. So what you want to do is run Augie. It doesn't really matter if you're actually running a program. You can jog and so on if you wish. And you want to do that while WireShark is capturing data. And then you want to stop it. Now, under View up here in the window, you want to go to Time Display Format and select Seconds Since Previous Captured Packet, and then milliseconds down here at the bottom. And this makes the time display how many milliseconds between packets. And then if we sort by time by pressing on the time button up here, it'll put them in order. Now over here on the right, you want to make sure that you're dragged all the way up or all the way down. In this case, I'm sorted on time, and you can see all the times are 0. The first number is the packet number. The second is the time. So I'm backwards. So I'm going to sort the other way and then drag my bar all the way up to the top. And what I'll see is the longest packets. Now in this case, you can see the two packets that are on the screen. Almost all my traffic at the moment is between myself and my destination, which is the PO keys. And they're all taking about 5 milliseconds as the longest one. So I could take one of those. If you had one that read 100 milliseconds, that would be your problem area. So I'm going to take this one that reads 5 as it's the longest, and I'm then going to sort on number. And this takes me to that entry in the sequential order. And what you would be looking for is something above this 5 millisecond packet, which might have caused it. In my case, there's nothing wrong because, of course, 5 milliseconds really is not a very long time. Now, ignore messages on the left over here, or on the right over here, such as malform packet and so on. That's simply WireShark trying to interpret what's being sent back and forth between the CNC device and your computer, and it really doesn't understand the format. So forget the messages, they're not important. The only thing that is important is that you identify who you are and who the PO keys or device is. In this case, I'm a 7 talking to a 12, and then the 12 responds back to 7. So we're talking back and forth, and we're taking on average 0 milliseconds, and it sometimes jumps to 5. If you're successfully running Augie with the PO keys, that should be something like what you're looking at. If you see entries that are above 100 milliseconds or even above 80 milliseconds, you're probably running into trouble. Another way to tell that is in Augie, if you jog and it stops the jog on its own, that means it has sensed a timeout, and it will gracefully stop your jog rather than allow it to continue unabated. So that's a secondary test to see if you're losing any data. Those two tests, I think, are essential if you really want to troubleshoot what your problem is with rough motion in Augie, in case it's a network problem. That's it. Like I said, short and sweet.